So I was stuck hanging out with the same four hometown friends my entire freshman year of college. Not because I liked them the most, but because I never really asked anybody else. And then I figured out the one thing that got me invited to more stuff in a single semester than I'd ever been invited to in my whole life. And it's not really a personality thing, it's not a looks thing, it's just this habit that you have to keep in mind, and it'll make you a social animal. It'll make you get invited to much more stuff. It'll make you have a much more active life. So here's the problem is that it wasn't necessarily the people that I liked the most or I felt like our habits really aligned and that it was like people that I wanted to be hanging out with for the rest of my life. And I love them. They're my friends. So in this way, you sort of get stuck in a friend group by default, and it's not really by choice. Or maybe you get stuck by yourself by default, and it's not really by choice, but you kind of accept it. And you accept, okay, maybe I'm going to be alone, maybe I'm only going to be hanging out with these couple people. And I started noticing, like, whether it was in class, it was in clubs, or it was going out and meeting friends of friends, or meeting my roommate's friends, or meeting people in the dining hall, it was like there's tons of people that like you. And the thing you're doing is you're not making an effort to reach out and try and do things with them. Like when you're talking with someone, maybe you have a 5-minute conversation with them, you can sort of learn a little bit about them and what they're into. And if you're sort of into the same things, then you can say, oh, we should go surfing sometime together. We should go thrifting. I don't know. Let's go play pickleball. Let's go to the gym. Like, that's just examples from my life. That's a lot of the stuff I like to do. But basically, you need to have a life outside of your phone if you want to have a good social life, because the number one way to get people to like you is to show them that you like them. And you can do this by inviting them to things that you guys are both interested in. Think about this. There's nothing to lose. There's really nothing to lose. If you invite somebody and they don't come, whatever. Maybe they were busy. Maybe they didn't want to. So you try again. You ask somebody else. And you're just trying to be a friendly guy. Is there anything wrong with that? No. Best case, they hang out with you and you get a friend out of it. And maybe you can go do this thing that you really like doing anyway, and you can do it along with a friend. And when you meet friends, you can meet their friends. And you can meet their friends. And so once you start to get closer with more people, you can just expand your circle very fast. And part of like making your life more interesting is having like set things that you're going to do. And like, for example, let's say you go, for me, it's like going to play pickup soccer or something like that. And if you talk to somebody and they're like, oh, I played soccer when I was younger, like, I mean, it's a pretty basic question to ask, like, oh, what sports did you play when you were in school? You say, hey, man, I go play pickup soccer. Like, I'll text you and we should definitely go sometime. And it's that simple. Like, you can make friends out of absolutely nothing by just taking the initiative to invite them. And people like to see that, right? So the problem is for you is that you never gave them anything to say yes to. So you shouldn't just say, we should hang out sometime, but what are you guys going to do? And people, once you start bringing people out to things like going surfing, going to play soccer, going to play pickleball, going on a hike, going thrifting, they're going to associate that kind of thing with you. And especially if it's something healthy like going on a walk or getting exercise, people are going to be like, okay, this is a guy I want to hang out with more often because he's doing these healthy things and I feel good when I'm around him. And basically, the easiest way to make friends is to showcase your interests more, or just ask the person about themselves. Whenever you talk to somebody, you learn about them and you learn about what you have in common with them, and then you can make a friend because you can learn what you can do with them. So whether it's people like they're talking about maybe they played poker the other night, you're like, great, I play poker, bro, like we should run it sometime. They're like, great. Like you have a couple friends come together that you already know, and you just invite this new friend into your group, and then maybe he'll invite you into his group and you meet some of his friends. So there's a little problem that might come with this, and that's people don't realize when it's too much. And if you have one interaction with somebody and you invite them to something and then they say, nah, bro, I'm busy, and then you try another time and you get left undelivered, and then people keep going and keep trying, and at some point it's like you have to read the signs that they don't like you or want to hang out with you. But if they do come and they do hang out with you, then double down. It's fine to double text them and say, yo bro, where are you at? Like let's run this shit. You feel me? You're not going to be able to trust everybody forever, but when the people that do come are the people that you want to hold on to, because they're the people you're going to be able to hang out with more often. You're going to be able to build this vibrant social life. And one of the things that I sort of got my friends into, or I feel like I got my friends into, is because I'm super into house music, and I was like, all right, I want to go to some of these concerts, and everybody likes to party, right? So I'm like, I'm just going to invite like a big group of people, massive group of people, and invite pretty much everybody I know, see if they want to pull up. And then you introduce them to your other friends, and they say, what's up? And like, I feel like at a certain point, if people know you and they know what kind of person you are, then they're not gonna be mad to meet some of your other friends, because they'll know you guys have the same values, and maybe they don't like them, but they'll still like you, and you can still hang out with them regularly. But yeah, so another layer you can add to this to make people like you more and is by just throwing out compliments whenever you think of them. And for a lot of people, this doesn't come naturally, and it didn't come naturally to me at all, but it's very simple. Basically, let's say you're driving in a car with someone, you're going to go hang out with them, and they're playing music, and you like the song, you're just like, hey bro, this song's a banger, like, you really put me on. And then that makes people feel good about themselves and makes them want to see you more often, and it just makes them want to invite you to more stuff. So you can build this social life and you can have more people like you. And it's that simple. Throw out a compliment. You like somebody's shirt, you're like, yo bro, that shirt is fire. Where'd you get that? People like, no, who's going to be mad at you for throwing them a compliment? Nobody. And you can do similar things with girls, obviously. You can talk to them. You just throw them compliments on random shit, like shit that you don't even have to think about. You're just like, for me, a lot of the time, it's just like, oh, this song is really good, or I like that shirt, or you have fire style. Like, people love to be around a positive person. And when you're positive and you make them feel good, then they're going to want to be around you more. It's super simple. So I didn't need like new friends to want to hang out with me. I didn't need them to want to hang out with me. I needed to ask. I needed to ask them to hang out with me. I needed to come up with a plan, and it's not that hard to do. It's something like going and playing pickup soccer that you know is going on, or maybe it's just kicking around the ball. Like, a side tangent is that I feel like active stuff is like the best way to make friends. And when you have like versatility and you can play different sports and stuff like that, or you have like more going on in your life than just you study and you scroll reels, or you work and you scroll reels. Like, yeah, I think it's super simple, and everybody's overcomplicating how easy it is to talk to people. You just talk to people, you get to know them, you get to know what you have in common, and then you plan stuff around that. So I want to wrap it up by saying this last thing, and that's that people aren't mad you asked them to hang out. They're going to be mad that you never did. And so there's really nothing to lose when you ask somebody to hang out. So just you have to take the first step. You plan something, you invite people, and people will like you for it. Yeah, that's pretty simple. It's pretty much just the easiest way to make people like you. And a lot of people don't, they know this in the back of their heads, but they don't take action on it. And that's what I want to help you guys do. And that's what my channel's for. And so, yeah, if you guys watched all the way to the end of the video, please leave a comment to let me know if anything that I've said has helped you. It would make me really happy. And yeah, have a blessed day.